Hello, this is Sports Center 409. I'm Nick, and John is our analyst for today, and we're going to discuss Evgeny Nabokov. Says he will report to Islanders camp. Does Nabokov make a difference to the Islanders, John?
Nabokov does make a difference to the Islanders.
Why do you think he makes that big of a difference?
Because, they're a young team coming into the next few years. They have a hard division with the Penguins, Rangers, and Flyers. And I think Nabokov could be a legit goalie in that division to try and help the young team out, sign into a longer extension.
Do you think that Evgeny Nabokov is the reason they got him? Do you think is that because of Rick DiPietro's injuries?
It could be a reason, but I think he's also a legit starter for the team. They're a young team, and I think they need a great goalie.
Well, last year they had problems with him. Do you think they'll have any problems this year?
I don't. I think they'll be over 500, but not a playoff team.
Okay, I'll take your word on that. The Devils have placed defenseman Colin White and recently acquired right winger Trent Hunter on waivers. Also traded Brian Rolston to the Islanders last week. What do you think the Devils are up to?
Well, I think they got rid of a great player to the Islanders, and I think they're trying to aim to signing Zach Parise on a long-term extension. But I don't think that's going to happen because I think he'll be traded inside the division to the New York Rangers, and they're going to be a great team.
Wouldn't you think that they would keep him for 1 year and then give him away? Just let him walk away after the season.
I think they're going to keep him for this year. They got Kovalchuk.
Because you know that the Rangers not going to trade any maybe like a Boyle or like a Dubinsky to the Devils just for one player.
I know that. Rangers have a lot of great team players.
I mean, what the Rangers are probably trying to accomplish is to make that top line bigger with two wingers would be Gabrick and Parise, and center would be Richards. But I don't think it's good of a risk if you give away Dubinsky or Boyle, young talent. I mean, yes, Parise is young talent, but do you think that's a big risk?
I do think it's a big risk. I think that they're a cup contending team for this year and the next few years. So let's see what happens.
Okay. Who do you think will be the top four teams in the East and the West, John?
West, I have Vancouver Canucks because they got Roberto Luongo. A great young team. That has the Dean brothers and Kessler. Red Wings, number 2. They got a great team too. Young, a lot of older players, but with a lot of veterans. And number 3, I have the Blue Jackets. They have a great team. Good off season.
Do you think that Wisniewski and Carter will make the difference to that team?
I do.
This year?
Wisniewski's a great defensive player, and Carter's a great leader.
If they happen to give away Rick Nash, where do their rankings go? A lot of rumors have been that he's could get traded, and they don't know. You don't know a team, but you don't know if he's gonna stay there for long.
I think they'll be going down in ranks because he's their captain. R.J. Umberger is a great player too, and where they are right now, they're a good team.
Who's your number 4 team?
I would say San Jose Sharks just because last year they had a great playoff run, and they got a lot of great players. Even though they got rid of Heatley, but they're still in the contending for the playoffs.
But if you think about it, isn't Burns a good acquisition? I mean, yes, you gave away Heatley, but you also got Burns out of that, who made it to the All-Star game last year in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I think that is a good trade, but I still like Heatley. But I would like to see Wild contending for.
So do you think the Wild can contend this year with him instead of Burns?
Not this year. I think Backstrom is a good goaltender, but they could use a better goaltender.
So, what you're insisting is them to get more people?
I would say next year that they could be a contending team.
Okay, and who are your top 4 teams in the East?
Obviously, I would say Pittsburgh Penguins first. I mean, they got Crosby, that's their player. Got a great goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury. Got Malkin, and still got a great team.
Hey, they got 3 All-Stars there.
Dude, that's why I think they'll be number 1. Number 2, I have Boston Bruins. I think they're defending Stanley Cup champions. They got a great goaltender, Tim Thomas, and they got a good team going.
So, who's your 3rd team?
3rd, I had New York Rangers. They got an amazing all-season player, Brad Richards. They re-signed Callahan. Pretty much the whole team back, and they got an amazing goaltender.
They also signed ex-Devil, ex-Penguin Michael Rupp. Do you think that would be good for them?
I do. He's getting older, but he could lead that team into something. I think that they're going to be a good deep threat this year, and I think they have a chance of winning the cup.
Lots of people say that he's a good role player. Do you think he'll work good on these younger players?
I do. I think they have a lot of good prospects coming in. Sauer is going to be a hell of a player one day.
Maybe one day they'll call up JT Miller.
Yeah, and I think Lundqvist is just going to be the man for that team. And Brad Richards is just a hell of a player too. So
yeah, won the Stanley Cup with that coach. And who's your fourth team?
I think the Capitals.
Capitals.
Yeah, they got Alex Ovechkin, the Backstrom. They got a great goaltender this year. So let's see what happens.
Okay. And that's our ESPN analyst, John. I'm Nick, and this is SportsCenter 419.